I hope you guys. But the purpose is just to help each other, so it doesn't matter really who does it. You guys can help me as well. Okay. Let me. What I was doing, I think I just confused. So okay, what we did last week. So we went through this file. So what is TestNG? TestNG stands for a new generation. And also TestNG is a framework that helps us working and creating a framework. So I told you the concept the other week. I'm gonna review it a bit quick. Let's see. Okay, so let me just tell you the difference between TestNG and cucumbers and then in a minute. And then, so what is TestNG and what is cucumber? Uh, so what is TestNG? So in TestNG, we create test cases. So test case, for example, 1, test case 2, test case 3. And then one test case is for, so this case is for regression. This test case is, for example, for sanity, and this is for unit testing or whatever. And then imagine we have a lot of test cases. So 10 regression, like 10 sanity, or 100 unit testing. Each test case, then we have page object for it. And then we have base class for it. And then on the other hand, we have like log4j, and then we have like a lot of things that we know here. So imagine if I open one of these. So we have a lot of we have reporting or whatever. So what we are gonna do, so we are gonna put all of these in a framework. So, and that framework is TestNG. That's easy. This is the easiest concept that I can tell you. This is TestNG. So by doing that, we can also create reports for whatever we do. So this is easy concept of TestNG. So in TestNG, what is the definition of TestNG? By using TestNG, we can manage execution of our test cases. So I can decide where, how, and when to run my regression, where to run and how to run my sanity testing. And I decide what to do, because we can use like data annotations and whatever. So then I have the ability to choose what I'm going to do and what to do with my test cases by using what? By using test annotations. These are test annotations. And the advantage of TestNG, so as I told you, TestNG is like JUnit, and but with more features. That's all. So it's similar to JUnit, but now it has more features. So the advantage of TestNG, what we do that because we want to get reports for that. So we get HTML report. So we get HTML report by one of the advantages of TestNG. So by using TestNG, we can manage our test cases, and by using page object classes, log4j or whatever. So we just use them inside the framework. So, and then that's it called TestNG. And that's a built-in framework. This is TestNG, and I don't want to confuse you because that's easy. So the main purpose is by using TestNG, we manage our test cases. And as I showed you, we have a lot of test cases. We manage what to run, what name regression. So we can also create dependencies. Okay, if my regression passed, then I can go and start my sanity testing. And then we decide where, when, how. So these are the things that you guys just remember: how to run my test cases, where to run, when to run. So it gives me the ability. So it gives me the ability to manage my test cases or suits. So the combination of tests are called suits, and it gives us to do parallel execution that I'm going to show you today. So, and what is parallel execution? Okay, let's get to it, and then. With you guys. So, and then by using annotation, I can execute method in TestNG. This is very important. And it support parameterization. We are gonna start learn this today as well. And also the good thing about it doesn't support, we don't have to have a main method. Okay, remember this the other day, and I think in tech school. So what I didn't agree with what I hear, because in TestNG, test suite is like a package, and then for a class uh, is called a test case. We can have many test cases in one class. Yes, that's for sure. But usually a class is considered a test case. So, and a test case has a steps. And then when we have a class, our steps are method. This is TestNG. If you just remember this concept, you wouldn't have an issue. So test suite, test cases, steps. If you compare in TestNG, for test suite, we have this is package. For test cases, we have classes. It means we do every class is for one test case. It can have more test cases each class, but usually we do it this way. And definitely, every test is test cases. They have steps. So we use methods instead of those steps. So this is the main concept. Okay, and regarding installing the TestNG, I showed you guys. So you can create a very, very simple project in Java. So if I create a project, and then I call it whatever I want. Then after I create my project, then I can use like a normal execution, like WebDriver. Anytime that I want to use TestNG annotation on that project, I right click on that project. Then I go and then I come here. Then I easily add this TestNG. So how can I add this TestNG? I click on the library. Then I click hit next or whatever. Then I add this. So and after I do that, so okay, let me just show you something. I think that'd be helpful for you guys. Imagine I have a Java project. So my Java project is sample. This is a very so this is a Java project, and I don't need this. So this is a project. So inside this project, this is not this is nor a TestNG, neither a TestNG nor a Cucumber project or Maven. This is a Java project. Let me and now it depends to me how do I want to use it. So now here I come in the package. I create a package name. Let's say some one, for example. Inside this, I create a class. Some one or even. Okay. Now, what kind of class is this? This is a normal Java project. How can I, so I can create a main method here. So if I want to do like use regular Java, like Java, so I create main method, then I start creating method and doing execution. This is a Java project, that's all. But now, so it depends to me. Do I want to use, do I need to start using um, so WebDriver elements like Selenium, then I can add Selenium jobs. Do I need to start using TestNG? Okay, let's create a method here. So public void, I want to create like setup or whatever. Okay, this is the first method that I have because it's inside the main method. Let's just move this. This is the first method I have here. Okay, now it's a Java project. Okay, it's a Java project. But now I decide to use TestNG. If I use test, so by this test annotation, then I decide to use TestNG in this project. But now if I hover over this, it doesn't give me an option for import because this is not a Java, it's a TestNG project, it's a Java project. Whenever I decide to use a TestNG annotation or convert it to TestNG, then I have two options. I can create annotation. After I create the annotation, I can add TestNG library. After I add this is going to be a TestNG project from now. Another option that I have that you guys study, properties, and then here just click on class path, add library. So if I add this, another folder will be created here. So, and now let's do this. First, I add TestNG, and but still it will be there will be a red line under it because I need to import it again. So if I add, then this will turn into a TestNG project. So add TestNG library. So it's a Java project. It's neither a TestNG nor a Selenium project. So let's see, TestNG library. Now TestNG is added. So I have these jar files. Okay, it's the same as this. If I click here, now you see that I have TestNG. It's the same as this, that you just click on class path, add library, and add this. So now this is a TestNG project, but it's still, I need to, after this, if I right click, if I hover over this, and then it doesn't give me the option to add TestNG library. It only gives me the option to import. Okay, let's see. Now it doesn't ask you to import TestNG library. You don't see TestNG library. It says, okay, you already have TestNG. It's a TestNG project. Now import the annotation. This is TestNG. Okay. But now let's see what happens here. If I want to driver. So I want to use Selenium. But after, as long as I do this, you see, now I hover over on this, it doesn't give me the option to import. You know what? Because now I decide to use what? First, I can create a simple Java project. After that, I decide what to do. So I want to turn it to TestNG. Now I have TestNG. It's a TestNG project, but still, I don't have Selenium jars in it. So I cannot do anything. Let's see, if I come here, and then if I copy, we don't have anything to copy. If I want to copy like these and put it here, it's not gonna work because it doesn't have Selenium library in it. You know, it doesn't give me the option to import because it's not as it doesn't have the Selenium jar files. Okay, now what I can do, it's a TestNG project, it's a Java project, and I added TestNG so I can use it, that's okay. But I want to use Selenium with this Java project. So what I can do, I can right click on this, properties. So now I don't want to, this is TestNG, I don't want to add anything from the library. I need jars, Selenium jars, because I want to use Selenium with this project. I need to use WebDriver or driver because now it has a red line. So then wherever I have my files, then I can do it. So for example, I have it in my drive C, all softs. So this is new, that's all, doesn't matter. So now I add my jars here, and then again click on this, add jars, and I will add these two as well. Okay, apply. Now it still has red line, but it gives me the option to import. This is TestNG. This is now Selenium and TestNG. So if I right click on this, what I have here, it's a TestNG project. Okay, and I have WebDriver jars. Right. So that's why I told you guys. So it doesn't matter if you want to create a Java project or TestNG project. It depends to you. If you know that you're going to use TestNG with this project, so you can add TestNG at first. Even if you're not sure, you can start using TestNG, but not any WebDriver element or Selenium element. Then you don't need to add jars. But if you need, whenever you need, you can just go and add the jars and start using it. So now with this, I can use TestNG and also create Java projects, create TestNG projects. Okay, I hope you guys understand this. This is the concept that you guys need to know. That first we need to create a Java project, and then now I'm going to delete it because we don't need it. So whenever you delete a project, if you don't hit this, it's not going to be deleted in your workspace, and then you will have an issue. And sometimes it acts up, sometimes not, but it depends. Now it's gone. Okay, so now let's go and start our job. So last week, what we did, so you guys know, just have a quick review. So we learned the annotations, before class annotation, before method. So a very, very simple definition. So before class annotation, when I want to use before class annotation, so what I'm gonna say is, okay, how many methods I have here? One method, two method, three method. Okay, after all these methods that they have test annotation, this will be, before all these methods, this will be executed. That's all. And after all these methods, they can be 3 methods or they can be 100 methods after class will be executed. So they will be executed once and before and after all the methods. This is before and after the class. So if I run this, let's see. If I run this, you would see it here. Okay, now, so what is the name? Login. This is the login. Okay, login. If I have 100 methods here, this login will be executed first because this is after, before class. This is considered a class, okay? But this after class will be executed after all the test cases. It doesn't, after all the methods. It doesn't matter how many methods you have. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 methods here. If we have 100 methods, that doesn't matter. But these two will be executed once, first, before all of them, and then after all of them. So what does this mean, class? As I told you, class means this is a test case. This is a test case. So that's why it means class. Again, let's come here. This is a class. So this is only test case. Okay. Classes, test cases. So one class equals one test case. So one test case has a steps and one class has method. So it can have a lot of methods, 100 methods or 2 methods. These two will be executed before and after all of them. This is the first one that we went through it. And after that, we studied after and before method. So what these will do, so if you have a lot of, so if you have, after every method or before every method that you have. So if you have 100 methods here, let me just run it quick. Those will be executed after every and before every method, not all of them. So this is login, before login. Now there is a method here called create post or a story or whatever. Now this is here. So now we should have this creating post. Why we don't have it? Because this creating a story should be the first, but let's see the priority. Creating a story, this should be the first. So I'm gonna put this 3. It doesn't matter if I put 3 because 3 is less than all of these. It will be shown at the beginning. It doesn't matter. I want to see it first. Okay, creating a story. This is the story. Creating a post. This is 3. Creating a story. Yeah, it doesn't have priority. The stories. Okay, it doesn't matter anyway. So this is the login. So after each method, these will be executed. So login, this is a method, and logout. This is one scenario. Login, creating a post, and then you log out. So these will be executed before every and each method. If you have 100 methods, so these two will be executed 100 each. This is a method that we know. And also we went and we studied dependencies. So why do we use dependencies? Let me give you a clue. Why do we use dependencies? So imagine we have like 100 test cases again. So one test case is for login, test case 1. Test case 2 is for example, finding friends in Facebook. Test case 3 is for example, if I say creating a story or whatever. Test case 4 is for logout. Let's say we have 4 test cases. Okay, but now as a tester or developer, you realize that what is the condition here? First, if I have issue with logging into my Facebook account, then how can I find friends? It doesn't matter. So I depend this to this one. What I say, if the login is successful, then this method should be executed. Okay. And if the login is not successful, so it doesn't make sense if this one works, because I cannot get into the Facebook. If this is not going to work because you cannot, get logged in. Or even if you have a browser here, if the the URL, or I can say URL, if the URL doesn't work, how can you log in? If this doesn't work, then this one is not going to work. If this doesn't work, this one is not going to work. And after that, well, finding friends or creating a post or whatever, these are the steps. If this is a step that you can do, it doesn't work, then you cannot go and do this. And after all of these, then this is the logout. So it means that then I'm gonna depend this to this. If login is successful, so then you can start finding, or this method finding friends can work. Even if the browser doesn't open, the URL is not working. So it doesn't make sense if I log in. I'm not going to be able to log in, but I just make this false because this will not be working. So this is dependency. Another scenario that I think is true. Sometimes you have, again, many test cases here. So in between, then you have some test cases that they belong to each other. I mean, you want to test these together or these two together, and that's, you can just make them like dependent to one another. This is another scenario which is a bit, I think, complicated for you guys for now, but this is the main one that you can go on. So now let's see, you have login, you have logout, and then you create post or whatever. Here, by assertion, I can say, okay, and remember, before and after, these are not methods, these are supported methods. How many methods do you have now? 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are, I have 4 methods. How do I know? Because they have TestNG at test annotation. These 2 are not considered as method. Okay. The first priority I have here, assertion assert true. This will pass. You can put this here. Okay. And after that, this will pass. I put, if I come here and then I'm gonna just copy this. Let's see, I'm gonna copy this and we'll put this here. So what's the name of this method? This, I'm gonna copy. Okay. Now, if the creating post works, and then I'm gonna use this, because it doesn't make sense to find friends without this. I mean, the name can be different, it doesn't matter, but consider that as login. And then, but now, what do you think? Is this method gonna work? Yes, because this is true. This method is gonna pass. Once this pass, this method will be passed as well, because this method depends on this, and this will be passed because this is true. But if I make this false, what will happen? This method will be skipped, not fail, because this method doesn't have anything wrong, but the only thing is dependent to this one, which is false. So this will be skipped, not fail, and this will be fail because it is by assertion you can make it false. Okay, and this one will be fail because it's not dependent to any of this. I made it fail, and here, so scroll down is false, and then I related this creating post to this, so this will be skipped because this is not going to be executed, so this is going to fail. Once this failed, the method that is dependent on that will be skipped. This will be skipped. And the last one, also, what I'm going to do here, I can say this one, let me just, and this will be dependent on creating posts. If this one passes, this will be pass. Let's just run this. Let's see what happens. Okay, so login and login is my first annotation before and after. This is gonna work, and we cannot put priority here, guys. Remember, because they're gonna be, they're not method, so no priority and no dependency. After that, creating a post. So let's see what is creating a post. Creating a post, this is creating a post. This is, let's see, creating post, creating post. Depends on creating post. This is false. And this one, finding friends. Okay, let's see. So one failed. What is the failed one? Creating post. This is creating post because I made it as false. Okay, now it's false. This is failed. And also we have another method that is finding friends. Finding friends is dependent on this one. This is not going to be failed. This should be skipped. Let's go down. Okay, finding friends, escape. This is finding friends. So this related to this one. So once this is failed, this is not going to be executed. This is kept. And also, if you come down, scrolling down is I made it as false. So and then creating a story is dependent on this one. So creating a story also should be skipped. Creating a story is skipped, but scrolling down should be failed. Scrolling down should be failed. Let's see if we can find it. Can't find it. It's scrolling down. This is false. Yes, should be failed. This is scrolling down. Okay. Whatever method you depend on something, that's going to be skipped, but the rest that you make them as false, that they're going to be executed. If I change this back to true, and then everything will be executed now. Let's see. Okay, passed, failure 0, because everything is passed. Now, you see, because this is dependent to creating a story, but creating a story is assertion assert 2. This is going to pass, so this will be executed. This is the dependencies. Okay, and now then we went to, so for creating, then we studied what is the, what was that? The name. So before test, what is before test, guys? Let me go here. One class, two class, three class, four class. So these are our classes. You have a lot of classes. So what are these classes is TestNG? Again, they are test cases. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Imagine they are more than 100, doesn't matter. I have a method that I need to be executed before all of these. And I have another method that needs to be executed after all of this. So, and then this is one method. This is another method. But this method is called before and after test. Remember, guys. So then this method will be after or before test. These are all considered as tests. Last week, we just had 2 test cases. But remember, all of these should be, or usually they are inside one package. They can be inside one package. So if I want to execute before and after, so I can execute in one of them. So it doesn't matter if here I put these 2 methods. I can put them inside method one inside here and one inside here, or I put 2 of them inside this, or I put one here and one here. It doesn't matter, since they have the annotation. What the annotation? Before test. This is going to be executed before everything here, before all of these. And if I open this, so now if you see where I put this one, This is before. So now I put these two in one. If I come here, I put all these, my two before and after, I put these two inside one test case, one class. So these are all classes, guys, or test cases, doesn't matter. They're all or test cases or classes. So now these two are inside this. If I here I have two test cases or two classes. If I have 100 like this, it doesn't matter. So I use before and after test. So then how can I do, what should I do? If I want to run them, do I need to run all of them? How can I run all of them together? No, usually we run the package because they are inside one package, 100 test cases, or we create XML file. Now we created last week, whatever classes. So imagine I have 10 classes here, 10 classes. If I put two classes, these two classes will be executed. Remember, if I have 10 classes, 100 classes, and if I put only these four in my XML file, only these four will be executed, not all of them. So now we have only two classes. So we put these two classes. So they are only inside one package, TestNG, TestNG2, class 1, class 2. Now, if I execute this, imagine this is 100 classes. It doesn't matter. We want one method to be executed before all of this and one method to be executed before after all of this. So logging into my account. So let's go and find that. The first one, login into account. So it will be executed before whatever is here, whatever this is creating a post or whatever. And then I have a method log out. After I sign in, I create a post, I find friends, I scroll down, then I create a story. Then on the other test case, this is another thing. So I search for something, then I check the price, then I add to the cart, then I apply the coupon, then I place my order. And imagine I have another test case, another scenario, test case, 100 test cases. So, but this method will be executed at the end of all of them. Log out, let's go down, and this is log. Okay, so here we did it in two different test cases, but they are inside one package. And also I can go and right click on the package and run it from my package. It doesn't matter. This is again the same. Logging, this is my login, and logging out, this is logging out. Okay, these are the ones that we did last week. Any question, guys? So if no question, we can go and start today's topic quick.
I think no questions.
Okay, good. So what is parameterization? Let's just give you the concept here. In TestNG, we have a concept parameterization. This is test case 1. So let's see, I want to log in with my username. This is test case 2, and this is my password. Okay, this is one method. Method 1, this is method 2. Okay, now through TestNG XML file, I can give parameters to these methods. So this method is about username. So username, there should be a parameter here, a parameter. So then I give this method a parameter through XML5. And what is the concept? Parameterization. Then I give another parameter to this method, whatever method. This is the password, so I need to give this method a parameter. Then this is a username, then I give this method a parameter. So how this works, I wanted to create something new for you guys. Let me create something new. It's gonna be quick. Okay. Okay, and then a class quick. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna copy the code because let you guys know what I'm gonna do. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna do a scenario. Let me just write the public void let's set up. Okay, I need a method just to set up, or let's see, no setup. Open browse. I want to open my browser, so I need a method for this. Okay, this is my first method. So what do I need to, in this method? This, you guys know this. So I put my property. So I want to open. So whenever I put WebDriver here, guys, the reason, remember this whole. So you guys study in Java. Okay, whenever I put a method here, this is global. Whenever any variable which is global can be used inside any method in that class. Remember, if I have a lot of methods in this class, but I create a variable which is global. What is global? It means it doesn't belong to any methods. When a variable doesn't belong to any method, it can be used inside that method. But if any variable is created inside any method, that variable cannot be used here. Okay, let me see. Let me give you an example. Enter, if I say if int book equals 5, okay, so this is correct, yeah. But here, if I say book equal 3, see, if I want the same book, I want to change the value of this book to 3. It's not going to be recognized. It says because this is not a global variable. Any variable which is created inside a method, then it cannot be used outside that method. So, but if I create this book like inside the class, it's enter book like 3. So I created here enter book like equal 3. Then I can here 3 equal 4. See, then I change the value of book. But if I like print this value, it's gonna print 4 because this is a global variable. I can use it inside all my methods within this class. But anything created inside the method cannot be used through the class. It can only be used or recognized inside that method. I hope you guys understand. So now it's the reason that we create a WebDriver driver here, and then that can be used. This value can be used, or object can be used within all the method in that class. I hope you guys understood. Okay. So I created a method here. So I just want to do my run my this is my path, and this is the WebDriver driver, and this is the website I want to open. After that, so what we're going to learn, we're going to learn parameterization. So after that, I'm gonna copy this because I don't want to create this, really takes time. Now I need a method. I want to log in into the account. Public void login. Okay. So in this method, I want to click on an element here. Okay. So let me just delete these. Okay, no, delete this. I want to click on the element. I already did found it through expert, so I can click on the. I can send keys, and then so here the website will be open. Then I can send, the user, I can enter my username, enter my password, and then click on the login account. So let me just open this, show you guys quick, because I did it this last night for you guys, not to waste your time. Okay, this is the account. So this is the URL I opened. I already got the expert of this, and then I click on this login. Okay, now this is for username, password, and login again. Username, password, login. Okay, now, so this is my first, here I have two methods. This is the first method I have. This is the second method, and still this is not TestNG, guys. Remember, I'm not using TestNG here because there is no annotation. So another method that I have a verification method here. So that I want to make sure that I'm logged into the account. So public verified. Let's see, verified. So public void verified, and then for now, I would say, okay, I'm not going to put anything here for now. And I have another method. So close my browser. So let's just copy this. I don't want to put here. Okay. So closing my browser, I'm going to remove this. Again, this is not TestNG yet. This is only a web. We are using web element, not TestNG, because you don't see any annotations. Now I want to use TestNG annotations. So I want to use, I need this method to be executed before all these methods. Okay, so now I'm going to use the concept before method. Now this is TestNG. Then I import this. Okay, so this is TestNG, and I need this to be executed after all of this. Okay, and this is here is done. This is my main test, my main method. How can I find how should I know this is the main method? Then I by this annotation. Whenever you provide this annotation, that's the main method you have, or one of the main method. Does it? I don't mean the main method, the one like we have in Java. So, and also I need this to be one of my main methods. Then I provide test annotation. Okay, how many methods do I have here, guys? Who knows? How many methods do I have in this class? Does anybody know? Can you guess?
Two.
Yeah, good. We have only two methods because this is the supportive method. Again, after or before methods, they're all supportive methods. Okay, what I want to do, I want here the URL will be provided. Here I enter username or password. So, but here I need to give something to this. I need to give the URL and password. So let's see. So I need to use parameter here. Then I say string username, string password. Okay. Now I have two parameter here. This is the username I give it to this username, and this is the password I give it to the password. But there is an issue. What's the value for this username? What is the value here? Do you guys know? No, it's still we don't have a value, so we just paste it here, but we don't have the value. Nothing will be printed. Okay, now by using parameter, I'm gonna give value to these parameters. This is parameterization. Again, I go back here from the XML file and parameterization. I give parameter to my method. So I have two methods here. You see, then I give parameter value, whatever. For example, username is like if I call it Ahmad or whatever. If the password is 0022, whatever. Then I give the value and parameter from the parameterization XML file. This is the concept that we have. Okay. Now let's see what I'm going to do. This verification method, usually if you don't want to use any code here, so the only thing that you say assert only just true, and here you just say true. This is going to be passed, but I don't need it. I want to use I want to make sure that I'm in the right website. Let's see if I open this. So you can also use this. This is good. Yeah, this is a public website. The password is admin, and the username is this is the admin, and the password is, I think, admin 123. So now I logged in successfully. Okay, but now I need to do something here that can be verified that I logged in successfully. I'm going to give you teach you something quick. So what is the title of this page, guys? Does anybody know how can I get the title of this page?
You mean the URL?
No, I'm logged in. Am I logged in now or not?
Yeah, you're logged in.
If something happens like this, it means my test case is passed. If not, then my test case is not passed. So now I need to put something here that if that happens, then this test case is fine. This means, I can say a page verified. Let's say verified or verification, whatever. In this scenario, I'm going to teach you something. So right click, view page source. Okay, because if I see here, I don't see a title. What is the title here? Is the dashboard the title? Is this a title? Is this a title? What is the title here? In this scenario, you
What?
view page source, and after you come here, you will come here. Okay, title. This is the title. Orange, whatever. This is the title. Okay, and then I get the title. So because if I don't use this, I'm not sure which one is the title. Maybe dashboard is the title, or maybe this. Then it would make take some time. Now I'll come here, assert dot assert equals. So why do we use assertion for? We use assertion to make validation, guys. What is validation? To check if something is true or not. So instead of that, we can use if else statement. But now I'm gonna use both of them just show you. So when I say assert equals, it gives me, okay, what is the actual, what is the expected? Okay, what is the actual? What is the title of this page? That's easy. How can I find the title? Driver dot get title. What is this? This is the actual. If I go back, see, if I go back, it gives me the actual. So whatever the title is, by driver dot get title would be found. Okay, driver dot get title. So now this is the actual. What is my expectation? This is my expectation. So I found it. If should be this. If it's not this, it means the login is not successful, because if the login is successful, the title is this one. If not, so it's not successful. Then I come here, then I put it in this, and then this is fine. What I say, if this get titles equals this, then this is passed. This is the meaning of assert equals. If the first the one on the left equals the one on the right, this is gonna pass. If not, this is gonna fail. But if I want to do the same thing with if condition, I would say if, then I would need to so what I need to do, I would need to come here. Okay, let me just do it for you guys. I would need to come here and find the element for this. Okay, find the element for this. Then after I found the element, you see this the value, this value and this value are the same. And I found the element. Then what I want to do is that this is that what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the XPath. Let me just teach you this. Here I say driver dot find element by dot XPath. I'll paste the XPath. I think I got all the whole family. Copy XPath. Then if I paste this here, okay, now I got the XPath of that element. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say, okay, dot get text. Give me the text of that. The text of what? The text of if I want to use if condition, right? So see now assertion, how easy assertion is. If I want to make sure this is the title, I use the XPath. This is the value. Okay. Now I come here, and then whenever you have get text, remember, whenever you have get text in your web element, you need to save it in a string, not web element. Remember this. A string, I can say title equals. Now I saved it in a title. This is the way. So by assertion, see how it's easy is it? Now I'm going to use if else. If I use if else, then I have to get the text. Why? Because I need to save it in a variable. After I save it in a variable, I would say, okay, if this text, this title that I got the expat of that title dot contains, and here I would say, what does it contain? If contain this, because I got it, you know, I got the element. If this contains this, then I have two options here. One is just to create a sysout. Okay, I say test passed, which is not professional. I just want to show you. Another one is to use assertion again. Assert dot assert true. Okay, and this is true. Okay, so which one is easier, do you think now?
Assert.
Yeah, that's just, I wanted to show you guys what is the difference. So now I can use only assert. If this, the title that the web driver will get for me, if this equals this is passed, that's all. But if I want to use if condition, then I have to log into the account, then get the title. This is my title, okay? But another thing, sometimes it's not available. If I go to the Facebook here, let's see Facebook, okay? Well, I'm logged in. So if I go to the Facebook, let's log out. If I go to the Facebook and if I view page source, Facebook doesn't give me the title, you see? It doesn't give me the title. Then I have to, then I will have difficulty finding it. Then I'm not sure which one is the title, really this, after I log in, because now it's not the login page. That's why it's a bit difficult if you want to use if condition sometimes, you know, it's a bit, it's a hard work, I think. Not a hard work, it's a bit time consuming, but instead of this, I can use assertion. That's how easy is it. And then now I only comment this. So did you guys now understand the difference between assertion and if else? This is assertion. Okay, now if this page is, the title is this, my test case is passed. And now this is my main test case, Okay. Now I need to give value to these two parameters. How can I do it? Okay, now I need to create an XML file. One way is to convert this to TestNG. This is one way. And another way is to just right click on the package, other XML file, next, and then give it a name. Okay, now it's finished. Okay, this is my XML file. I want to give value. Again, let's go here. I want to give value to this method through XML file and run it, because now these two, there is no value. What is the username? What is the value here? So what's the value that I want to enter here? There is no value. Let's log out. So now I need value to, the value should be, the username should be admin and the password should be admin 123 in order to be logged in. Okay, so let's come here, and you guys know I don't want to take a lot of time, so I want to copy whatever code I have here. Let's not copy. Okay, let's not copy, doesn't matter. So, but the only thing that you need to do, you always need to copy the second line. Whenever you create an XML file, copy the second line here, the doc type, and then create. Okay, let's start from suit. When I click on, when I write suit, control space, it gives me the option. Then I put it down here. What is the suit parameter? Okay, this is my suit. Inside the suit, I need test. So it gives me this. So these two always are optional. Again, parameters suit here. I'm going to copy this parameters test. Inside this test again, so I need another tag classes, control space. It gives me this option. After I got this, then, and inside this, I need my class. After creating my class, then it's done. So control shift F. Okay, what class do I have here? First, I need to find my package. So my package is parameter or whatever. This is the name of the package. I copy it, then I paste it here. Then I put dot here. Then I go and find my class name, copy, here, and then I delete Java, whatever. This is that. Okay, now I have my XML file ready. I have my XML file ready. I need to give parameter to these two methods that I have in my page. Okay, let's just put them aside, or not yet. I need to copy some code here. Okay, so this is my my code, and now what I need to do, I need to come here and use a parameter. So after test, no, we will. After test before classes. After test before classes. Okay, parameter. Okay, this is the first parameter. Then I can delete this when it gives you. So you have two options. You can have it here, or you can delete this at the end. Just put /. Okay, now I'm going to give a name to my parameter. So let's get back to the method. Yeah, it was my method. Okay, now which of these method needs parameters? This method needs parameters. So now I need to put the annotation here. Then I use the parameters annotation. Then I import it. So this is parameter. Okay, because I need parameters for this method, for the method which is here. So I put annotation parameter here. Good. Now in my XML file, yeah, this is, then I have to give a name to my parameter. So here I would give the name user, user, and what is the value for the user? So the user is the name here, and what is the value? So the value, whatever value I give to it, it will be added here. So whatever value I give to this, it's gonna be passed here. So once it passed here, then this value will be entered here. If the value is correct, I'll be logged in successfully. Then the validation will be working. If not, it's not gonna work. Okay, so let me delete this. Okay, so parameter needs a name. The name is optional. What is the value? So the value, it must be admin. You know why? Because the password is admin. The password is admin. So this is the value. Then this value will be added here. This value will come and will be added here, the username. Okay, the first one. Now, how many parameters do I need here? I need 2 parameters. So what I did, I created one parameter only for the first one. Okay, only for the first one. So now I only created parameter for this username. What is the value for this username? The value I put here, the value is admin, the correct value that I needed here. Okay, what is the name here? This is user. So what is the name for here? How does this method know that there is a parameter here for that method inside the XML file? This is a parameter for this method. How does that method know? So first we should create this parameter annotation about that method. So by using this annotation XML file, how does this XML file know that where should this value go, on what method should be implemented? So now XML file will come here and find this parameter and will be using it here. But now there's a problem. Still there's a problem. Here we need to whatever name we give it here, this is the name of parameter is user. We have to put the name also here. So I will give the name to whatever name is here, user. Now I have a parameter that has a name like the other one. So this parameter name must be the same as this name. So now the XML file will come to this page and see, okay, there is primary annotation, and the name matches the name in TestNG in XML file. Okay, by using the name, this value will be added to this method. What is the value? This is the first value. So, and this will be added to the first one. Now I need another parameter for this value because password needs something. Yes, I would say, okay, parameter again. So what is the value again? I need to give a value here. So I'm going to delete this, put forward slash here. What is the value again? I'm going to say password or pass. What's the value for the password that I need to put here in order that my test should be passed? So what's the password? What's the right password that to be placed here and then to be added here? So I have the password, admin123. So then I can go here. What is the value for password? Admin123. Okay, there is something wrong here. Now, if you come to the method only has one parameter with one name, but here you need two parameters for these methods, two parameters. So now this user is for this username. How do you know? Because if the method start, this is the first parameter. If the TestNG file start, this is the first parameter. It's gonna match that one. So because by using this, but now I need to use this pass as well. In this situation, you don't have to create two parameters. It's not gonna work. Only just here, let's see, bracket, curly brace, and then comma, curly brace, no, let's see, pass, and then curly brace. And now what I did, whenever you have more than one value, more than one parameter, so I have one parameter, if I have 10 parameters here, because the reason, because this method has 10 parameters here. Imagine this method has many parameters, 10 parameters. When this method has 10 parameters, I need to create 10 parameters here. I need to give name for each parameter, then I have to do it like this. Then I create one curly brace. Inside that, then I put that curly brace with whatever the user. Imagine, let me imagine if I put comma here, comma here, comma here. So let's see. I mixed up. So if I put 100, it doesn't matter because this parameter can take a lot of name, because as long as this method, if this method has or needs 10 parameters, you can paste or use 10 names because you have 10 parameters here. For every parameter name, you would need to use a name here for that. Okay, now we have two. In this method, we use two parameters. One is the username. So we created the username here. One is for the password. So we put it here. So what's the value for username? Admin. What's the value for password? Admin123. And once you run this, this will be passed to this method, and this method will be used in instead of simply and user. Okay, this is what it works or how it works. Now let me see. Am I in the right class? Yes. What is this? User. Okay, so now this is how it works. We go to the XML file, and remember, guys, whatever annotation we always add, we need to add it after test and before classes tag. Now we have two parameters here. Okay, so, and here in the class, let me delete this. So let's run the test case and see if it works or not. So this is going to be open first. I don't need this. After the website is open, this parameter will pass the value for the username and string to the XML file. And once they are used here and the login is successful, and here the assertion, the title equals this that we got here. We got the title, and then this test case will be passed. Otherwise, it won't. And here, browser close. After method for browser and before method for this. So now what can I do? I need to go to the parameter to my XML file and then run my test case. Let's see if everything is fine. So we have, how many classes do we have? One class. Okay, remember we have two parameters. Let's see. Okay, it's passed. So two parameters file here, one test case. So you see the map here. Okay, what does XML do? And then, so the reason we use XML file, I told you last week, guys. Okay, so why do we use XML file? Ways of because the reason we use XML file to create HTML report and to use batch testing. So with using XML file, we can have 100 classes. And when I right click on this, it gives me the option TestNG suite. What does TestNG suite mean? It means you can execute 100 classes, many classes with XML file. If I want to come and right click on this class, it gives me only TestNG test because it's only one class. If I come on over the package, it gives me test. Only XML files give you the TestNG suite because the reason we use TestNG XML file, there are two reasons behind. Actually, there are three reasons. One, remember this, guys, okay? One, we need report. By XML, let me put it here. With XML file, the reason we do it, there are three reasons. One, we need HTML report. Number two, we use parameterization. Number three, we use cross-browsing. We do cross-browsing testing. This is three main important things. So now we did the second one. So whatever you do, even if you do parameterization, it is going to give you the report. So let's see where the report is. Now I come here and test output. I click here. Here it gives me the index HTML. Right click, open with system editor. Now it gives you, so you have one test, two methods, two passed, show. So verified, admin, login, admin two. So you have two methods here, you passed. And then if I click on this, it's gonna show me the method and one test case, one suit. This is the path. No group was used, no time. And this is the HTML report that we use. Another report that we can have, I think, is the emailable report that this can also be used. Open with system editor. This is another report. So test case passed 2, escaped 0, failed 0, time expand. So we have only, how many test cases, guys? We had a lot of test here, method here. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. By, who can tell me why we have only two methods here? Who can tell me, guys? Do you guys know why we had 4 methods, but here it gives us 2 methods? That it says that you had 2 methods. One was login, and the other one was verify the name. You know why? Because
It is because we parameterize only two methods, no?
because what TestNG only recognize this annotation as method. Only this. This is a method, and this is a method. Remember, before, let's go here. Remember, if you use any of these annotation before method after method, before class after class, before test after test, these are not method, these are supportive method. These are only supportive method, guys. Remember, they are not actual method. This is actual. So this is actual method, and these are supportive method. That's why whenever you have a report, it doesn't give you, it only gives you any method that you have a test annotation will be seen. So this is my passport or whatever. And so we got two reports here. Again, by using TestNG, we can use HTML, we can get report, and we can do parameterization, and we can do cross-browser testing. Now, do you guys understand how it works?
Yes, we do.
Good. And so imagine if this verification needs a parameter, then I need to create another parameters here. But this time, imagine if this need a string verification, just sample, then I would need to come here at parameters. Then after I do that, then I create a name for it. What's the name? Verify, for example. This is the name. So why didn't I put it inside the curly brace? Because this is only one. When there is one, only put it inside the bracket. And then go to your XML file here, create another parameter. After you create it, what was the name I gave it? It must be the same name. This is the name. You put the name here. And then what's the value? The value depends to what you need, you want to put. So it's something that depends to the, if it's a password or it's a whatever. But here in this case, the value, I think it can be this. For example, we're just guessing because we're not using it. This is the value. So how many parameters I have? I have 3 parameters here, but for how many methods? For 2 methods. I can only have 1 parameter on one method for every. So now how does test XML know that what methods do these parameters belong to? So because by using this name, then it looks for this name, verify. It goes to the class and say, okay, this is the verify. Very good. And now here, this verify will be found, and after being found, this value will be added to this, and this will be used inside this by using a web element or whatever. Okay, so if I have another method, then I put parameters, then give it a name, then I go to my XML file again. I use the name and give the value. Okay, hope you guys understand, and we can go to the next topic. Let me know if you guys have any question, otherwise we can keep going. Okay, this is, and also let me know if you didn't understand, okay, because this is not a class.
Sure, we will. Thank you.
Okay, now we're gonna do and use cross browsing, another method. Let me do so I have many methods here again. Test case 1, test case 2, test case 3. Now I have my web browsers here. Web browsers. So imagine this is IE, this is Chrome, this is Firefox. I want to execute these test cases, then I want to use IE with this, I want to use Chrome with this, and I want to use Firefox with this. And sometimes I want to use all of these with one of this, one by one, or it depends to me. So how can I do it? So I want to execute my test cases with different web browsers. Then again, we use parameterization. So this parameterization is used with giving parameter to method, and also with doing cross-browsing testing. Okay, now we're going to use it and see how it works very fast. I'm going to create a class, a package, cross practice, and after that, okay. Okay, so let's see what I'm going to do. Let's just copy the code. No, how we don't have time. Okay, I changed my mind. Let's get back to this. I just want to use the same thing, and you guys don't get confused. Okay, we already have, how many parameters do we have here? One method, yeah? Now, I want to do cross browsing with the same method, with the same class. So now I decided to use Chrome with my test case. Now I want to use different test cases, different browsers with executing this test case. So how can I, or what should I do, or how can I do it? Okay. Let me copy my code here. I don't have. Let's copy everything. Oh, no, not here. Cross browser. Yes, copy everything. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna comment this, and so I commented this part, and here. So instead of this, I want to use different browsers, and that's why I can. Let me close this. No need for that. Just to save time. Okay, copy. That's easy. I created a method public void launch browser. Then I gave it a parameter browser. So what I want to do here, let me okay, let me delete them. I just want to write for you guys. Okay, this is my first time. This is the browse launching. I give it a parameter. I use if statement. I say if browser, my parameter, equals Chrome, then use Chrome. And else if, then I use the same browser dot equals. So if browser equals, I can say IE, then what should you do? Then I come here and I copy the IE, the entire IE. So I just want to do it this way that you guys understand. Let's copy the IE, then come back. Okay, if browser, this parameter equals Chrome, then then I put the path of the Chrome and driver equal driver, Chrome driver. I mean, use Chrome driver. If the browser equals IE, then what you need to do, set property, then I give set property driver dot Internet Explorer. Let's see what's wrong here. Let's just use the code, the text. I will explain. Okay, if my browser equals Chrome, then launch Chrome, easy. Else if, again, if condition that you guys studied. Else the browser equals IE, then launch IE. How does it launch IE? Because by using this driver equals Internet Explorer driver. Here, driver equals Chrome driver. And then at the end, I can put else, or it doesn't matter if else. If browser equals Firefox, then launch Firefox. In any case, one of these will be executed. If any of those is executed, then open this browser. Yes, open this URL. Okay, if it's Chrome, Chrome will be, if this part is Chrome, Chrome will be executed. If it equals IE will be executed. If it equals Firefox, Firefox will execute. So one of these will be executed. Any of those which is executed, then this URL should be open. So then I put the URL here. So, and this is my first thing. Now this is the same test case. What I did, instead of this Chrome browser, I used and I created another method, browser, and then I put condition. If it's Chrome, launch this. If it's IE, why do I mean by being Chrome or IE? If this is Chrome, then launch this through this. And you see, I use the driver because the driver here is global. Any variable which is global can be used inside the methods in a class. Okay. If the browser is launched here, the browser used to be launched with only one here. So there was no condition. The Chrome would be launched, and then after that, this URL would be open. Now I put condition. Either if it's Chrome, for IE or Firefox, this URL will be opened. After that, so now what I need to do, so this is cross browsing. What do I need to do? How does this XML file know which browser will be opened? Okay, again, I will come here at the beginning. I'll say parameter name value. Okay, we need a parameter. You know why? Because I need to put, so this browser, if it's Chrome, if it's IE, if it's Firefox. So where should I give this value to this browser? Where can I give this value that it's Chrome or IE or Firefox? So again, we use parameterization. So I come here, annotation, parameters. But first of all, let me see what I need to do here. Yeah. First of all, I need to use I need to use test annotation, test, because just to make it as a test parameter. Okay. When I put the parameter here, it means I want to let the XML file know that this parameter needs value. So I need to send the value to this method through the XML file. I need to send the value to this parameter. Okay, now let's see what I'm gonna do. Okay, here, as we studied, please go. As we studied, if I set parameter, then I need a name for it. What's the name? The name is browser. Or let me see, choosing browser, whatever name you want to do. So choosing browser, this is the name. And then how does this XML file know that this method to come to this method? First, we put a parameter annotation. Then we need to put the exact name here. This is the exact name. And after that, what value do I want to use? This is my decision. If I put the value Chrome, Chrome will be executed. If I put IE will be executed. If I put Firefox, Firefox will be executed. I copy Chrome, then I put the value Chrome. Now, after I put this, it means that how does this method work? It says if this browser, which is here, equals Chrome, equals IE or Firefox, then execute any of these. So now I give the value of this. I give the value of this parameter through XML file. This is the value. Then I decided to run this through Chrome. Okay. Now let's see if it runs. I think I didn't touch the other code. And then IE. So it should be run through XML through Chrome because I put the value Chrome. And now this the same. Yeah, I need them. So what should I need? What should I do? Okay, this is very important. Class practice. So since we didn't change the class name, remember, so we need to use the same thing. For practice, and here for practice class. That's okay. So the class that we just created, cross-product testing, we didn't use it. See, if I click on this, it's empty. So that's why we don't need to put this name here. We are still using this name because it's the same as that one. Okay, run TestNG suite. Let's see if it gives us error or not. Now the Chrome browser should be launched. Okay, fail one. Let's see what is the fail verification. Okay, so admin Chrome counter class the same. Okay, and it's good. It should be the same. That's correct. Okay. Pass user admin 123. It's okay. Now let's change the value to. So I want to use this time. This is cross browsing. I want to use Firefox. Let's go and put this. Change the value Firefox. Name. Okay, let's see if Firefox works. I have issue with my IE, but not with Firefox. Now it's not Chrome. If you see, it's Firefox, and then it will be executed. And it's the first one. Again, the second one. Sometimes if it gives error with validation, we just need to put time subject because validation needs time. We need to use thread.sleep or whatever. This is Firefox. And I can come here and then change this to IE this time. But I have issue with IE. It's not gonna be executed, but I just want to show you. This is IE. And then I'm gonna put this here. IE. Let me just, I'm gonna cut this and put it after this. Let's see how it works, if it's gonna work or not. Because in my idea, it should be the first, but let's just give it a shot and learn something. This is IE. My IE doesn't work. See, I have issue with the host of the IE. So now it gives me failure and error because IE doesn't work. Now these are skipped. But now I want to go and put Chrome. I use this here and use this here. Okay, now this time is Chrome. So what is the scenario here? Let me just show you. This is not parallel execution. So what I mean, now I have this case. So this is my this case. I then once I executed with Chrome, after Chrome, then I executed with what was that, Firefox. So then after that, I executed with IE. This is sequential. How can I achieve this? That I want to execute my test case with using all of these, but not at once. If I want to use, this is the way that I can use them. So after I want to first use Chrome, after Chrome is done, then Firefox should be open. After Firefox is done, then IE should be open. In this scenario, let's do something. I copy this test. So, but imagine if you have a lot of test cases, you can't just come here and put the value here. See, IE or whatever. Then you copy this, not the suit, just the test. Come down, copy the one, and copy the second time. So here, how many test cases now I have? I have 3 test cases. So the first test case, parameter like this, parameter this with Chrome. You should change the name. Parameter test with IE, or let's Firefox, and then parameter test with IE. Okay, now what I can do, I created 3 test cases. That's easy. I'll run this with Chrome. I'll run this with IE, and I run the first one is Chrome, I think. Yeah, the first one is Chrome. The second one I can put Firefox, and the last one is IE. Let's see. So what will happen is that now first Chrome will be executed, then Firefox, then IE. IE I have issue. I just put it there, just so you guys know. But what is this called? With TestNG, this is cross browsing. This is not product execution yet. This is still cross browsing. It means I can use these browsers one after another. This is sequential. 1, 2, 3. This is sequential. What is okay? After this, I'm going to show you the product execution. So now I say, let me go to my test case. Let's see if everything is fine. After that, I'm gonna use thread.sleep. I'm gonna use 2000 here. And copy from here and copy this here. Then copy this. Okay, this is sequential. I can achieve cross browsing with by using XML file. With every test case, I decide what test case should be executed. Okay, and now I'm executing my test case, which is the this login feature and whatever, and with every of them, I have a parameterization. So let me just cut this and put it here. So in this one, I'm gonna use IE. I put Chrome. That is not good. Okay, let's go here. Parameter with Chrome, then I put Chrome. That's okay. Parameter with Firefox, then I put Firefox. The last one with IE, then I put Chrome. This should be IE. Okay. Now, if I execute this, first Chrome will be executed, then Firefox did. What is this called? This is sequential, guys. This is sequential execution. What is sequential execution? It means one after another. 1, 2, 3. And also this is cross-browsing execution. So every time with one browser. Let's see if it runs. So if you have the browsers open, it means the test is passed because the IE is gonna is gonna fail. I have issue with IE. So the reason with IE, the test is not gonna pass, but we just use it for. So what is this? This is Chrome. Again, Chrome. This is Firefox. And the last one should be IE, the one that we have issue with. But the purpose is just to let you guys know that this is IE. That is not gonna work. So that's why our test will fail. Okay. Then this is prior execution. This is not prior execution. This is sequential. Okay. Now we have them one by one. So what is now I want to do the same thing with prior execution. How can I do? Okay, let's see. If I have one test case, what is prior execution? This is test case. At the same time, I want to sorry with this. Let's go here. This is my test case. Use another thing. This is my test case. At the same time, I want to use 3 browsers and use prior execution. First, I want to use Chrome, not first, at the same time, and then Firefox, and then IE. This one, the one which we did, it's not prior execution. It's sequential. You know why it's sequential? Because once one browser is done, then it goes to the other one. Once the other one is done, it goes to the last one or whatever. Now we have one test case. We want to use 3 browsers at the same time, not one after another. This is prior execution. So what I'm gonna do here at suite level, I'm gonna use parallel. I use product and here I put tests. That's easy. Tests. This is gonna do prior execution. By only this simple syntax, I'm gonna change the sequential that goes one after another. It takes 2 minutes. This is gonna be 4 and this is gonna be 6, probably 7 minutes by doing these one after another. By here, I want to test my test case using 3 or 4 or whatever browser at the same time. Okay, and then at suite level, we use the keyword parallel and then the value test. Remember, tests, and it should be plural. And now let's see if it's gonna work. And we should have our 3 browsers open at the same time. Probably, maybe the system is slow. It's slight difference, but at the same time. So see the browsers at the same time, so we don't wait for one another. And we have all of them here. And our test case fails because of this crazy IE. I hate it, but they have to use it. Anyway. Okay. This is cross-browsing and parallel execution. Let me just summarize it. TestNG, we use TestNG to manage our test cases. And TestNG uses an XML file. This XML file has 3 benefits. One, it gives us HTML report. 2, we can use parameterization. It means we can give value to our method. And the third one, we can do I think 4, but I can say 3, but doesn't matter. We can do cross-browsing testing with it, or we can divide this to, and the last one, which is very important, parallel execution. What is the difference between these two? The cross-browsing, when you have a test case, then the first, it goes to the first browser, which is like number 1 is Chrome. Once this done, it goes to number 2, like Firefox. Once this one is done, it goes to number 3 or 4, which is IE or Edge or whatever. So imagine this takes 2 minutes, this takes 2 minutes, this takes. So when you have a lot of test cases, it's gonna take a lot of time. But when you have 2 test cases or 1 test case that we had today, the cross-browser and parallel execution, they don't make sense, because parallel execution is good when you have a lot of test cases, then all those test cases will be open at the same time, browsers, I mean. But when you do cross-browser, you choose one browser, and then you decide which one to be run. And if you want to run all browsers after one another, on your XML file, you create different test cases, or you can copy this. I want to use 3 browsers, then I copy this 3 times, you know. If I want to use 4 browsers, I copy it 4 times. But when you do it like this, and if you have a lot of test cases, you can use parallel those browsers, and then like just put a parallel keyboard and test. It means I want these tests not to be run after one another. I want these tests, whatever, 100 test cases or whatever, I want them to be run at the same time. Or this is Edge, this is IE, this is Firefox, or this is Chrome, all at the same time. But cross-browsing, it means one after one. It goes like this. When you have you don't have a lot of test cases, cross-browser is fine, but you have a lot of test cases, that parallel execution is very good, it's time-saving, and you save a lot of time because all of them open at the same time. I hope you guys got it, and I'm not sure if I explained it correctly and clearly or not, but this is how it works. So cross-browsing, this, and if you want to do parallel testing, we just put this at the suite level. That's all. Any questions, guys?
No question for me. Thank you so much. It was very clear.
Okay, so if you guys have time, I can tell you the data provider, which is very important, or if not, you can have it next week. Depends.
I think we can keep it for next week since we have to study for your exam too. So I believe that way.
Yeah, for me it doesn't matter. Okay, if so the only thing which is left, this is data provider, very important, very important. I can just give you we have a test case for this. I can just show you next week if you want, or if you want I can do it now, depends to you guys. Okay, let's just do that. Okay, friends, any questions? So we can just call it a night, and then I hope it was clear for you guys, and if not, please let me know anytime that you